Okay, so welcome to the stream. Gonna do some art streaming today. I haven't done those in a long time, especially for my last animation, which by the way I highly recommend you check it out. But yeah, I'm excited to get back to it now. First off, before we start, I apologize if I sound a tiny bit off, because for some reason I feel exhausted. Maybe it's because the heat fest that's been going on and everything. Ugh, even my eyes. Ugh, I feel like they're gonna close anytime soon. Which I'm not sure why I even bothered to make a live in the first place, now that I think about it. But, let's go ahead and start. So, yeah, we're gonna start from scratch. A new drawing, a new animation, but it's not gonna be as long. It's just gonna be a short GIF, that's it. So, yeah, that's gonna be cool. In fact, I should probably save this. Just give me 2 seconds. Just in case. Let's see. So the name of this is going to be... Yeah. Kiss... oh, shit. What's going on? Yeah. Kissy me plus Tokyo. Yeah. 1 or 1, yeah. Alright, perfect. Just gonna double check that it's in the file, which it is. Nice. Although for me it says PN. Let's see if I can. Yeah, let me just open that. Yeah, right now it's just oh yeah, well, right now because it's just currently nothing. It's just a blank. Yeah, just a blank. Yeah, just a blank background. That's it. Nothing else. But yeah, as you might just see from the title, it's going to be called Kissing Me plus Tokyo. And the one is just because, like I said, it's instant animation. Yeah, I'm going to make it a frame. So let's just go ahead and get the show on the road, shall we? Alright, so redrawing everything from scratch. So I'm going to make my character hold a thumbs up. So let's see how we're gonna do this. Like I was thinking, because he's gonna be, let's say, his face is gonna go off to the side, so kind of like that, yeah. Although it needs to be a smaller chin because he's a child. It's not gonna be an adult chin. Oh, this looks a bit too squashed out. Okay. We'll see if that works. Alright, how you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Like I said, I'm feeling a bit tired. So, yeah. And seriously, after all those days, or those weeks and everything, yeah. I took a couple days off of animating and whatnot. So, yeah. It was an experience, to say the least, making all this. And I'll definitely make some long animations again. Because, yeah, I heavily enjoy making those. Even if, I spend quite a bit of time on it, and, you know, sometimes it can give some pressure and stuff like that. Which I know might not always do my health any favors. But, yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, let's see. So, I think the nose is going to be, let's say, here. Great, we're already on to a great start. Let's see. Let's make the eye go over here. I've seen better for sure. I guess we could start working on the mouth. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the head shape. Yeah, it's getting difficult. Right, like I said, not already the best start. And I thought about streaming until 1 o'clock, so 1 o'clock in the afternoon my time. So we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, let's just see. I don't know. I still am not keen on the mouth though. Nor the nose. Not everything really. Maybe if I try to reshape it a little bit. Probably like that. Yeah. Sometimes my drawing can be filled with hit and misses. Like let's make his head lean to, you know, this way. And maybe already one of his eyes is closed. I don't know. Does that sound like a plan? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, what a way to start off a stream, huh? Oh, that might be convenient. Let me just press enter. Or save, I should say. Yeah. Alright, cool. So let's see. Yeah. I already know what I'm gonna talk about straight away. Is this new Netflix, I think, series. Which, believe it or not, I don't watch Netflix too much. I know, shocker. Maybe because I'm not really in the mood. But hey, everyone has their own lifestyles. I don't know, to be honest, I kinda miss the CDs, but Netflix is still great though. I'm not you know, bashing on Netflix whatsoever. I'm just you know. Anyway, I heard that there's gonna be a new series called Fixed, and let me just say this in the nicest way possible, you know, which is, what the heck is all this? Seriously, what is that? What? Who thought this was a good idea? And by the look of things, according to people, they said that's the same guy who directed Samurai Jack, and also Hotel Transylvania, and also another Clone Wars, I think. Yeah, I heard that those were good shows too. So how on earth did he manage to turn from, you know, a fantastic animator to this? It's like, what is that? Now, for those of you who are curious about this show, it's hard to put it into words, and I also try my best to keep it, you know, as not like as YouTube friendly as possible. But essentially, it's a dog named Bull, I think, that does some very weird things. And when I say very weird things, I mean, oh boy. And trust me, it feels more than what I said. Don't take it as it's just a weird thing. I mean, come on, it could be anything. Even it could not be that harmful, but trust me, it is. Oh no. And I think I recommend to not watch it if you do not feel like watching a dog doing weird things. Again, I was like, who on earth came up with this idea? This is very stupid. It's like, why on earth did, I think it's Sony as well that accepted the show? Well, I guess to put it in better detail is, think of if Ren and Stimpy meet Sausage Party and also meet Fritz the Cat, if I'm correct by the show. Yeah, I don't know much about Fritz the Cat. Maybe I do, but maybe the name sounds better. I know Ren and Stimpy and yeah, and Sausage Party. when I first heard of Sausage Party and when I saw some clips, I was like, what on earth is all this? It is just, ugh. Well, this is what happened when all of them meet at once. They get the Netflix show called Fix. Or movie, I'm not sure which one it is. But regardless, once again, like I said, my word. Well, if it gets released, who knows? It could be, it could have said, haha, you think we would really do this? Nah, come on. That would be too ridiculous. But I highly doubt that's the case. Unfortunately. Like, seriously, once again, I'm not sure where on earth did they manage to try to go ahead and think this was a good idea, but yeah. And as expected, people did not like it. Yeah. People did not like it whatsoever. Now, there's one comment that caught my eye, because also what's been happening lately, they said, Coldplay needs to see this. That's well, needs to, you know. That's a funny joke. Yeah. I need to do smile better. Now I'm gonna work on his arm. Because yeah, I'm sure quite a bit of you have heard, I mean, it's been almost everywhere. There's basically Coldplay showed a couple, and one of them was the CEO of something, I forgot what it was now, who got caught cheating on his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I guess well done Coldplay for exposing them. Even though that same day I was like, hey, let's listen to some Coldplay while I'm doing that animation or finishing that animation and whatnot. So yeah. And when I went to listen to some of his my favorite songs of his after that whole thing had happened, and yeah, I was like, yep, was not surprised to see those comments. I was like, there's absolutely no way that there isn't a comment about what just happened. I mean, I honestly, this is kind of hilarious, but kind of sad. I do feel bad for the girlfriend though. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me just do that. Yeah, okay. Let's make this little. Well, I'm not sure if that's the proper term, but sclera, I guess, of his eye. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I shouldn't make like some sort of free-shaped smiley mouth. I might have to keep the line straight. Kind of like a triangle. I mean, that could work, but this didn't look good to me. Nah. Honestly, I do not know. Let's see. Sorry if you can hear someone vacuuming. Let's see. Let's try his ear. Well, his ear might need to be a bit more orientated. If you know what I mean. So kind of like that, almost. Yeah, that could work. Let's add an extra line. Because I don't like seeing... I don't like when I draw something and I see a longer line. So usually I just add, let's say, another pair. And if it's a bit too long, then I add yet another pair, like that. That's what I typically do. So, yep. Right. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that too. But the idea is that my character just created, let's say, this world that is a mixture between Kissimmee and Tokyo. Because I've been to Kissimmee, but I've never been to Tokyo. And Kissimmee is wonderful. and I'm assuming that Tokyo is wonderful as well. But man, mixing between these two places will probably be an epic win. I mean, that is certainly a place that I would love to go. So yeah, there we go. Like honestly, man, it's still kind of funny, but also kind of sad that yeah, Coldplay just showed a couple that the CEO got caught cheating on his girlfriend or wife. So yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I like this eye. But now comes the tricky part, which is to make the arm extend and to make him do a thumbs up. So that's going to be his right arm. I know that in that perspective it's the left, but technically it's his right. Which I'm used to invert the size of, let's say, when we look at each other. Like we don't call this one the left eye and this one the right eye. It's the opposite. This is the left eye and this is the right eye. Yeah, for example, left ear, right ear, so on and so forth. So yeah, let's see. Great, I feel like I overcomplicated things a tiny bit. Didn't I? Okay, let's try to draw his arm. Maybe not that thick, because again, it's supposed to be a child's arm. Yeah. Oh, I just started to have ants on my left hand. What's going on? It's probably because I pressed it too much. I'm lying down on the bed after all. Which reminds me, I might have told this in the other live stream, I can't remember, but Mumbo Jumbo has made an like an update, life update video, and I gotta say it was really cool to see how much he's improved gradually on his health and everything, and you know he's trying to keep himself healthy, things like that, and it works even for the past 3 years, because the last time that he did was yeah, it was in 2022, which by the way, on that same day we were celebrating my dad's 50th birthday. But yeah. So what a coincidence. But yeah, it was cool to see that he's, you know, that he's caring about himself and everything like that, and taking his life more seriously. I'm taking reference of my own arm. Let's see if that works. We'll see. Yeah, I'll do it like this for now. This might be a bit too small. Yeah, I'll eventually add the thumbs. Yeah. Okay. Type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's been really cool. It's been really cool. It inspired me. It was very thought-provoking as well. Like that inspired me to kind of do these things as well. You know? Like, so yeah, and I'm glad that he's improving from this point forth. It's like, I know this is gonna sound strange, but I'm still aiming. I want to aim for at least 10,000 subscribers, even though I kind of doubt that's gonna happen. But who knows? Yeah, because he doesn't care too much about the numbers anymore and everything. He just now he lives a bit of a happy life, just like PewDiePie does, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm happy for him. And he's also a few months of turning 30, by the way. So yeah, as he said, it is quite terrifying. I would honestly say the same thing. So yeah. Well, speaking of Hermitcraft, I've seen his channel. I forgot the name now, but I think it has something to do with boats or whatever. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but now I'm pretty sure this channel is satire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's satire. So I just clapped myself on my feet. But oh yeah, I was gonna say another thing about Mumbo, but I'll come back to it later. And it's that he makes these videos called my audition to join Hermitcraft. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure these videos are satire, but if it isn't, then because if they are, then I'll stop. But I'll stop there. But if it isn't, then I'll continue talking about it. Because listen, if you want to join Hermitcraft, first of all, the quality of the video, yeah, you using a Bandicam watermark. Now listen, obviously everyone has to start somewhere, but why not use something like OBS at least? Just like what I'm using. I'm using OBS. Although Bandicam can be a good recording software, but you know, it's just, especially with the Bandicam watermark, can be distracting. And also, you're playing in an old version. I think it's beta 1.7, from what I've heard. Could be. And yeah, there was no hunger bar. You only had to eat food. When you eat food, they'll give you health bars, and it was also instant. And also, the food were not stackable. So, yeah, man, that brings me back, seriously. But again, yeah, just and plus, it can hurt the chances of you joining Hermitcraft, because Logical Geek Boy has also, although there might be some possibility still, a Logical Geek Boy could join Hermitcraft, but Zoomervoid said it best, because I remember back in the day, that's also how I got to making Xenolaycraft my own server. Yeah, his own server, not Xenolaycraft is my own server. But sorry. But he said that, you know, I keep getting messages saying, can I join Hermitcraft and how do I join? And his answer is usually, make your own Hermitcraft. That's probably one of the best responses for that, yeah. And even explaining in full detail as to why this is, and you know, they're just doing their own thing. That's what I figured quite a bit, yeah. Because they're a group of friends who happen to be just popular, and they became popular YouTubers. It's just like any other SMP that you play with your friends, and Hermitcraft is no exception. So yeah, it's best to create your own Hermitcraft, you know, rather than, well, there's I think he's a writer or something, who said it best. We have to stop consuming culture, we have to create culture. And that's exactly what, you know, what people should strive to be. Although that also means that things are not going to get popular, or popularity wouldn't exist in that case. But don't take him the wrong way, you know, from that quote. But it's just, you know, it's like, that's exactly what I did on my own server, yeah. That's just creating my own server. And yeah, as Zoomervoid says, it's not about, you know, it's not, you know, making Hermitcraft again, having to play on the same seed, placing the same blocks over and over, have a clone, let's say, Xizuma, clone any type of Hermitcraft members. It's about doing your own thing. Yeah. And plus, he even said that there was this one server called Minecraft, way back in the day, which I remember the server Minecraft, although I haven't checked on it too much. Well, it was kind of short-lived though, Minecraft, which was an SMP as well. And as he says, the chances of getting onto their community, once again, unbelievably slim. And so they did what was right, aka made their own thing. So basically, as he says, yeah, make your own, creating your own Hermitcraft is kind of like the equivalent of saying create your Minecraft. Like Hermitcraft is create your Minecraft, which is correct. I don't know how to describe it, but that is exactly my point there. Yeah. So, you know, just do your own thing when you're making a server. Don't try to dream about joining someone else's, or like, especially when it's private, like Hermitcraft, because, yeah, like I said, Hermitcraft, just like quite a bit of SMP servers I've seen, private SMPs, are about, you know, friends creating things, and not about consuming culture. if you know what I mean. Gosh, I really need to rework on that, huh? Oh, hello random viewer. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to comment anytime. But yeah, see, this is my point, because I should probably get rid of that big circle. Can get distracting. Because, yeah, I try my best to not repeat myself too many times. But yeah, just do your own thing, basically. It's kind of like what I do in drawing as well. I also create my own thing. And he even brought up a great point, because you also have to make Hermitcraft as your job as well. Because quite a bit of these YouTubers upload Hermitcraft for a living. And the point is to upload almost every day. Now there was quite a bit of Hermitcraft members back in the day, but they were kicked from the server, or because they didn't upload like very frequently. So that's why. Although I know one that is a bit of an exception. His name's Jasassin, which he hasn't been on the Hermitcraft server for a while now. He stopped in the middle of Hermitcraft Season 6. But the reason why they still kept him is because he was the one who took care of preventing lag on the server, so that's cool. So that's why they kept him. He might still be doing that. So yeah, he may not play Hermitcraft too much, but he is one of the people that is responsible of you know, of, my gosh, I really need to improve all this. Yeah, preventing too much server lag. So that's pretty cool. But keeping with the Minecraft related stuff, I'm not sure if I also talked about this or not, but it's about Hightail, the shutdown of Hightail, or the discontinuation of Hightail. And this feels like it could be a title for a documentary or something. But Hightail has been discontinued or shut down. Now I shouldn't have been surprised, because even in my head I was like, they should have kind of done like what Mojang does, because ever since Minecraft was released, so in alpha, very first version, of course it wasn't like, you know, it was kind of bare bones and everything, and of course it might not look like much, but there are updates constantly, you know. So again, it may not look perfect at first, but then there's, as time goes on, the updates get better and better, and there will be more and more updates. So I don't know why Hightail didn't go with that decision. It's been under development since, some people say 2017, but I thought it was 2015. So 10 years, if that's the case. which is a long time, and they kept hyping us back to back, but then boom, discontinued. Like, they really should have added, you know, alpha versions and beta versions and so on, and people can give them feedback and whatnot. Rather than just making it look like a finished game, they really should have added updates. Because, and nowadays people have said that Minecraft killers do kill themselves, which is kind of true, for the most part. Although I heard that there's another game that is also successful. I forgot now. I think it has something to do with story in the title. But yeah, I mean, seriously, it's kind of honestly depressing. I mean, they've been working on it for years, but they haven't even published one version. Not a single one. Like, this has to be some kind of sick joke. Honestly. They really should have done more on that. I feel. They really should have. So, yeah. So my advice for any people who want to make Minecraft clones somehow, I mean, sure, of course, and that's totally fine by me. Make sure it will be best to upload, you know, let's say alpha version at first. It's not like it's the finished product, or even, heck, it never will be, because it's not, because otherwise, for example, if Minecraft was only in that one alpha version, yeah, people would have been like, yeah, this game was boring after 5 minutes. Alright, move on, next game. That would have been a different story, obviously. And it wouldn't have the success that it has today, but yeah. Gosh, I'm really struggling right now. Yeah, expect some struggles when I'm doing these, because not always, you know, fair and square. Heck, look, the body that I made, it feels like it could belong to a female. But this is harder than I thought. Yeah. Now I think I'm gonna end up on his waist. So basically that part where you can see the shorts. Or maybe at the part where we start to see the shorts. So I'll draw just a few. Even if we might not see it completely, like maybe some might be hidden down there. So we can basically adjust the image, which could work, I guess. Yeah, we'll try that. So how do I want to make this work? I don't know, should I shriek the arm like this? I don't know. By the way, let me just show you. Yeah, see, this is the behind the scenes of my other animation I made. Yeah. Took a long time to make all this. And don't worry, I didn't redraw, like, let's say pixel by pixel every time. It's just basically, let's say, the same image by added, for example, the letters and so on. So yeah. Once again, it was a lot of work. Let me tell you. Alright, let's see. So let me delete that, I guess. I don't want to spend my time just faffing around while I'm doing this. So, and I want to make sure that I do some progress. So let's see. Oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Okay. So let's see. Let's say it stops here. Because like I said, since he's a child, it's not supposed to be as big, otherwise it would have stopped right here, so yeah. And I was already picturing it, how it would look like. So yeah. Alright, cool. Let's see. So in comes this, just a few pyro shorts, I guess. There's gonna be like some sort of metal. And hang on, let me just do that first. And then we're not gonna continue any further for the shorts parts. For the shorts part, rather. Yeah. Also, by the way, this is my new thumbnail for these streams. I just thought it'd be funny. That's why. Although it is kind of barely noticeable, but yeah, you see the live right there. Raibu. Yeah. Although normally these things are pretty big because these are 6x6 pixel. But now with that scale, it looks tiny. It almost looks like a joke. So yeah, that could be my channel banner. I might still leave the live in there just to say that I do live streams as well. Maybe, yeah, that could work. So yeah. Now, it reminds me of the when in the Binding of Isaac he thumbs up, like when he's got something good, like for example, the slot machine gives you something, or you have a good pill, things like that. I don't know, that's what it reminds me of. Oh my word, can't stop burping, apparently. Now what else can I talk about? Again, let's not go any further. I am trying to think. Let's see. I still have yet to build my fireworks station in my server, on my server. I'll definitely do a live stream on that once everything's ready and I got my fireworks ready. But also I'll do some other projects first before we get to, you know, the fireworks event. Basically. That would be cool. So I'm excited for that. I'll continue the mouth later, I guess. Which I know is a bit of a strange decision, but that's what I'm going for. That is what I'm going for. Well, now you know what? Forget it. Let's just continue. Yeah. There we go. Like that. And like that. Yeah, okay. Seriously, it's absolutely hot and I feel kind of tired still. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me go ahead and... Yeah. There's going to be a part of his hair sticking out from his bandana. Maybe I might raise it up a little bit. His bandana, that is. Let's see. Like that. Oh my word. Okay, cool. Now I just realized that this part is a little bit too stretched out. It's like something is pulling him, you know? You know what I mean? That's embarrassing. I guess let me just fix that. Hopefully it's not a regrettable decision. But it doesn't look like it. Nice. Okay, cool. So that also means I'm gonna have to redo the hat and everything. Which is fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I've dealt with that before, so... And I'm used to drawing his Chester hat, so... No worries. No problemo. Let's just press OK. Yeah, this was useful. I can literally just pick anything, just move it, and, you know, do all that kind of good stuff, which is nice. Let's stick out his tongue a little bit. So his tongue is going to stick out this way, or kind of goes like this rather than just being a full lump or in the middle. It's gonna go off to the left. Yeah. So kind of like this, you know. It's kind of like a slide almost. Okay. So that also means I'm gonna get rid of this big part there. This big part does not need to be in there. Let's see. So let me just cool. Nice. I'm still laughing about the fact that Coldplay just caught a couple cheating. Can you imagine just catching you in an embarrassing situation, especially by, let's say, an idol that you love, or a singer, popular singer like him? That would be probably one of the most embarrassing things ever, I feel. Oh man. But seriously though, he should not have cheated on his girlfriend. That CEO. Alright, cool. So let me just oh man, I'm struggling big time. There's a glitch in the matrix. Okay. Right, I still watch this channel called Something About Chickens. That's literally the channel name, Something About Chickens. Who, by the way, for those of you who don't know who this is, no, this is not a channel about chickens and informations about chickens and whatever. But he still is. The videos are still really, really good, at least in my opinion. Now, some of you might know the site Omegle, which is a site that you can chat with strangers. I'll admit, when I was 13, I did use it, but it was kind of short-lived. At one point, there was a few nice people that I encountered, and I hope they're doing well to this day, although, I only just met them once and never again on Omegle. But again, I'm hoping they're doing well. One of them, was a nice guy. He doesn't talk on his mic and everything, but he's still really cool. And another one was a girl from Singapore, if I'm correct. And back in the day, since PewDiePie was still a big name, we were talking about him a little bit, and apparently she met him in Singapore. Because back in May of 2013, I think, if I recall, PewDiePie was in Singapore to meet his fans, and so, yeah, that was cool. Although I heard that they were pretty loud. So, yeah. Anyway, back to my point. So, Something About Chickens, or his real name is Daryl, I think. Daryl. I don't know how to say his name correctly, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling, am I? Let me make his color already, I guess. But he does really cool jump scares, pranks, and some that are not jump scares but also wholesome trolling on Omegle. I mean, seriously, his creativity is on a whole new level, honestly. I love, that's kind of what I love to do too. I love to make unique ideas as well, but yeah. This guy, something about chickens, or Daryl, his trolling really is on a whole new level. I'll improve these things, I guess, later on. I mean, the thought and of making all these and the work spent onto all these is absolutely astounding to me. Hopefully I said the correct term, but it's just absolutely insane in the best possible way, you know. Like, one of my favorites is the creepy doll one, the Slappy from Goosebumps one. But even his other content is really, really good as well. Like, when he first started off his videos, which was back in 2020, so during the COVID pandemic, yeah, and plus it was a perfect time to do it, because a lot of people were indoors, obviously. So, yeah. So he's like, you know what? He must have been like, you know what? I'm kind of bored, so let's just go ahead and do this. And yeah, it became a huge success. And he continued making those pretty original pranks. Not necessarily scary ones, but sometimes he does put scary ones. Sometimes it's a 50-50 between with the team, if it's a scary one or if it's a non-scary one. But yeah, these are entertaining. Like, his very first one was about it's actually an actual GIF about a man with 9 arms, which that in of itself looks weird, obviously. I was like, wow, what a start to a channel. And these first 2 girls, yeah, they made history. They were the very first one to be in the video. But yeah, it was amazing, man. It was honestly amazing. And yeah, and the reactions are just absolutely hilarious. And sometimes there are things that I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I love how each reaction are hilarious, or have, you know. Let me try to see if I can list most, if not all of them, which I know is going to sound strange. While I'm doing this, while I'm struggling apparently with drawing numerous things, but there's the head spinning prank, the 9 arms, as I just said. So whether it's the jump scares or whether it's just the image or video and everything, yeah, I'll just mention them all. Jeff the Killer. There's also that one monster. I think some of you remember this. For those of you who have been an internet veteran or YouTube veteran, might know the car jump scare ad. Yeah, well, he uses that monster as a jump scare. Not the car ad though, just the monster. And apparently it's still effective. Well, maybe not if you put it on the car ad thing, because people will say, oh, I know what this is. But yeah, if you use it on a different purpose, then yeah, it can be effective. So I'm glad it's been used, you know, properly. I still feel like it's a tiny bit stretched out. What else has he made? What else has he made? I'm trying to think here. Let's see. Oh boy, this is getting difficult. Well, not difficult. The baby filter. There's also a woman filter. That's all good. Just give me a second, I'm just responding to someone, sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry, I could've... Unprofessional live streamer right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's get back on our feet. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have? Gosh, it's getting hard to tell. I'm still trying to think. Yeah, the mirror prank, and there's also the ghosts at the same time. That was hilarious. I might add a few bits of his thing hanging down the medallion. Don't know how you call it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm still trying to think. It looks like a face of someone doing woo woo. I just realized that now. That was an accident, of course, but yeah. Actually, it wouldn't make sense if I put it like that. You should still see the other part. Let's just extend that a little bit, like right here or so. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Let's try and show off his arm, his other arm. Yeah, the head spinning prank, the flying prank, and there's also one where he flies off the window prank. Yeah, there's a couple different pranks that you know, he can he makes. It's pretty cool. Now let's see. Let's try his chest ahead, I guess. As you can see, I'm kind of going all over the place with drawing. So yeah. Oh gosh, that's too big. Too big for a head, mate. I don't know why I said mate. Okay, cool. Haven't been to the UK in a while. Because I live in France, right? Because I'm French myself. And I've been to England quite numerous times. It's probably the country that I've been the most. And plus, especially that I have an English family that, well, I'm in my English grandfather's house, and he doesn't live in England anymore. He moved out to France for a new chapter, a new start, since he was 30 years old. That's kind of, okay. This is gonna sound very strange, right? But, now, what if I tell you, now despite the negative aspects and everything, which I still have to do quite a bit of preparations for that, and it's not gonna be now, because I'm gonna have to take multiple trips, and I've never been there yet, and if I enjoy it, then I'll have to take multiple trips still. But I was thinking I would love to move to Japan. Okay. Now, I know this is kind of controversial of me saying that, but that's kind of one of the things I want to do, basically. Just move to Japan. Kind of the same way as my English grandfather, my granddad, as I call him. Has moved to France because he has a new start. Or just wanted a new start. And I think my mom was like 8 at the time. She was like 8 at the time. And they had a cat named Marigold, and they still kept and I'm glad that they still kept her. Well, of course she's no longer on this planet anymore, but yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of limiting my words just to make sure that YouTube doesn't find it too offensive. So, yeah. Let me just lie down because I don't feel comfortable. Okay, cool. I guess I'll take a break. No, I won't take a break because, once again, I'm gonna have to adjust him afterwards. Oh my word, excuse me. So basically I might have to move him to a different image, and then I'm gonna double the size, and then well, first off, of course, I'm gonna have to complete him first. Then I'm going to add the colors. Then I'm going to copy it into another file. Then I'll double size, and then I'll use says double size back here, and can finally start drawing the background. Now I thought about, like, for example, making a text saying success in a pattern like this, and not when it's in line like that. So yeah. And yeah, even with the animation, I drew it all by my mouse. But I'm still thinking about using it on my tablet, which is something that I'm definitely going to have to work on. I don't want to share the same fate as, you know, like abandoning Hytale or anything, you know. So yeah, let's hope I can do a somewhat decent job on this one. Alright, cool. So let's just go ahead and make the patterns of his hat. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the scares or pranks that he makes. As to what else does he have? So he has the dog prank, a baby prank, which also has a disappearing baby prank. Him at school prank, him dropping the phone on accident while driving prank, while driving in full speed. Which, by the way, before some of you panic, it's not a real clip of him driving at full speed. It's just a moving thing. I don't know how to call it, you know. And also him dropping his phone at a roller coaster. Yeah, that's not true and everything. Yeah, so those dropping phones. Well, I need to watch more of these. I don't know why I haven't watched too much, but that is something I'm gonna definitely work on. Right, I think I'm going to spend a bit less time on a stream than I should, because I kind of want to get lunch a bit early. So, basically I have about 7 minutes. 7 minutes left. Which is less than the other animation, less time than the other animation I've done. I still can't believe that I managed to make a 16-minute long. Now, I thought about making it into a full series. Yeah, that in total would last an hour long. I don't know, that would be cool. Wouldn't you think? At least in my opinion, that's what I think I would make. Yeah. Because like I said, making all this took a lot of time, but I got super used to it. And it was honestly a lot of fun. Now I have to say though, doing, I think, yeah, well, I know it's this one, but let me just try and find, yeah, there we go. Like, making this, for example, like, as you can see, for quite a bit of times, I had to draw everything from scratch. So, yeah, back to back to back. It's like as if I'm putting multiple drawings together. But I suppose that's how, animation works. And by the way, like I said, no, this is not an official game. I think most of you knew this already anyway. It's kind of like the equivalent of a game who doesn't have any game codes, but you just putting stuff inside that has nothing to do with coding to make it more alive, or to make it alive. It's kind of like as if you see a human with no organs and you're putting something just to make it look like it's alive. I don't know. Although that sounds a bit more disgusting, but that's kind of the equivalent, basically. So yeah. And I got inspired by Super Mario RPG to do all this. I mean, honestly. Yeah, I guess I'll just take a break from that. And okay. And since we have 5 minutes left, let me just give you a bit of a quick, tiny tour on some of these drawings that I made for the animation. Like, for example, this is not in particular order. Now, I think the chaos one, this one, I'm not sure, I might have drawn it on stream, but I just wasn't aware of it. But yeah, this is the chaos from the Binding of Isaac, which I forgot to put in the video, to create it in the video, which was embarrassing. So hopefully the description might do the trick still. What else have I made? I mean, there's quite a lot, or quite a bit, so yeah. And yeah, that's also one reason alone that make one long animation. Yeah, there's Sanzu Sagi in the light. That's inspired from Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, where similar things happen. Where Peach was talking about a dark star, well, he's talking about this threat being going on. So that's the idea I'm going for. And for those of you who watched the animation, like I said, you might notice that I did put some binary codes. Now, believe it or not, it actually does say something, and it's in English. The binary codes, I didn't put them in random. It really does mean something. Same for this one, even if it might not be a word, which is actually the name of the thread that I made, which I forgot, so I'm going to have to use the binary code translator again. And so, here what they said, both of them, okay, for some context, they're trying to say something about the thread, but they can't, so the thread is forcing them, so manipulating them to say, we said nothing, we didn't say anything. So yeah. And then these other binary codes just in this one specific screen right there, those are the names of the characters. So basically he's calling them out, and it says, we will find you, I think, something along those lines. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I even and the idea that I was going for with the world, let's say in the world that I made in that case, since I love to make unique ideas, was kind of like a mathematical world. So in some puzzles that you see that require some mathematical formulas and things like that, well, if I were to make a game, it would be different, but it would still have unique content. But you know, you can see the ABC square, 1, tangent, sine. I think this is sinus or sine. Yeah, sin. I'm surprised I didn't put cosine though. There's x. Oh, no, it's a multiply. There's a shapes. So there's a triangle, a rectangle, an oval. I know it's a bit of a weird oval though. A hexagon. 3, 5, so on and so forth. There's also one tiny, background there as well, with a square. I might have to rename this stream into, a drawing stream plus, although no, that will be too long of a title. And then once it transitions to this scene, where is it? There we go. with my character is wondering why Toteman is upset. As you can see, I like how I spent. I mean, it did take somewhat interesting amount of time because I had to draw the characters and everything. The background, yeah, it took a bit less time, but I had to rethink. I like how it took me long enough only for it to be a short presence, which I find it kind of hilarious. But then it leads to this scene where we see Toteman crying because his world got destroyed by the threat. Is essentially what's going on. So this is server T project, which you still need to unban me, by the way, please, Toteman. Okay, yeah, this is T project, but then he's basically describing a scenario of the threat destroying said server or world. My character is not affected by it, at least not yet, in this server thing, so yeah, let's see. Okay, continues. No, wait, I should probably just scroll down instead of just clicking right who knows how many times. Let's see. Well, this is just a simple scene of my character, you know, putting his arms on his head. He's like, shoot. This is getting terrible. I don't want all my friends to get affected. And then yeah. Now this is the exact same scene of the other animation I've done, except putting it in black and white. Now, I was gonna put in sepia, but the color correction in the program that I used to animate, called GIF Movie Gear, yeah, ruined it. So yeah, I had no other choice but to use the black and white, unfortunately. Yeah, though that would have been neat, at least in my opinion. What's next? And yeah, as you can see, so the way I did this is kind of the same reason I'm going to do for that drawing that I'm making, which is basically okay, let's just imagine a scenario, right? Okay, I'm gonna pick this one, for example. Let's say I want to make this specific image a lot bigger, so I just take this, right, and then I put copy and paste, or just copy, and then I put new, and then it will tell me the exact size of this, and I put 750 by 750, which is the actual size of the animation, and then I just drags, and then boom. Well, and then it just puts the appropriate size, the pixels and everything, and there we go. That's pretty much that. So yeah, let me just quit that. I know that's quite a 30, but I just want to show you some behind the scenes, you know, all the drawings that are in there. And yeah, this one I'm quite happy with as well. Even if it's simple, I'm still happy. So he's still in the same spot in the mathematical, but this is just like an expression because he just discovered a threat that he knows of. And yeah, as you can see with the hellish sky, with the hellish thunders and everything, there's the hellish clouds. This is the hellish sky. And there's Chimera from the Binding of Isaac. And as you can see, this is like a threatening fight here. I do like the detail, even if it's just like a silhouette of him. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. Yeah, see, it's all black and everything. His flip-flops. Flip-flops are a major part of him. And there's Chimera herself, which I'm pretty happy about. And I'm especially happy with the details I added, like for example the somewhat cracked open teeth. Yeah. And the shading may still be out of place, which is one of my weaknesses, but yeah. I'm also happy with the eye and everything. Even the color correction kind of ruined it for me as well, but oh well, what can you do? Let's see. And there's also the black and white version. Well, I'll still show it to you, just in case you want to see it. Even though it's in the animation itself, but this is what it looks like. Now, this was intentionally in black and white. I was going to put... The other one was supposed to be sepia, but it changes to black and white, like I said, because of the color correction. Being a dork. Which is not the best. And then we have this, like I said, yeah. It also took me kind of forever, because redrawing the characters from scratch and everything, yeah, that took a while. So, sorry. Yeah, and I also put don, don, don. That's what it's supposed to say. Yeah, an onomatopoeia, if you will. So, yeah. Got all these characters all together. It's pretty nice. And this, well, these are the other animation. And you can see I also did some test backgrounds. So for example, you might see some unfinished ones. For example, this one. And yeah. And there's the, what do you call it? Let me just, pick the appropriate one, the complete one. Yeah, there we go. The fight transition. Because you know how in RPG games there's that? Well, that's kind of the same thing. So, yep. And this is supposed to be like his icon, or my character's icon that I'm going for. I'm going to have to make it more detailed in the future, I guess. If I especially want to use it as an avatar. I even got the cordon bleu and the golden apple, because these are the two of his favorite foods. Fun fact, I absolutely love cordon bleu. That's also one of the reasons I drew it. And you can see the flip-flops. Going like that, the golden flip-flops. It's supposed to be golden with the color. And you can see this shiny spot on the flip-flops. And it says battle time, including in Japanese. Boss Chimera. Battle time. Boss Chimera. Yeah. And it represents a clock because he's supposed to also be... Because I also love time travel. So let's make him sometimes time travel. Even though in the other animation it traveled with a wormhole. And there's the child kanji to say that he's a child. The jester hat. I didn't include the feathers, however. Which I guess I could have, but oh well. And the flip-flops. The golden flip-flops. Which are also, like I said, a major part of him. Quite a bit of stuff are a major part of him. His skin, his gas skin, his accessories, his bracelet, and everything. So, yeah, pretty cool. So there's that, I guess. So I'm gonna call it a stream now. So thank you guys for watching. Even if it's kind of uneventful because it was just mostly me trying my best to draw my character, even though, yeah, it's not always looking good. But I hope you still find it enjoyable. So like I said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye.